Hello everyone, this is Sanjeev Sharma. Welcome to Ritual Classes. Today we will study the most interesting and the hilarious chapter of Stars, that is the Tiger King by Kalki. This is the first part of this chapter. So let's start it. First of all, we'll discuss the interpretation of this chapter. This story is a fable. Fable means a myth story, an imaginative and a fantasy. With a moral, it means this story will give us a very beautiful message also. It makes an appeal, request for the protection of the tiger and for all the flora and fauna. You know that even the whole world is concerned about the tigers. So many sanctuaries have been built in our country also, and Junagadh in Gujarat is known for it. Second is here, man has damaged nature for his own selfish purpose. However, nature has a way of taking revenge. Definitely, when you will spoil nature, a day will come when the nature will take revenge. You are the witness कि how the glaciers are retreating, how the tsunamis are taking place in oceans. These all are the consequence of the actions that were done by man for nature. The author believes in an idea, live and let live. It means Geo or Jene do. You don't have the right to kill anyone. Definitely, when you will not interfere, you will not poke your nose in others' matter, then nobody will harm you. Killing for pleasure is a serious sin. It means if you kill someone, you kill an animal who are the coexistent of the earth with us. It's really a crime to kill all the creatures of the earth. The Tiger King is a warning to man to stop his ruthless exploitation of nature, which has caused extinction of innumerable wildlife species. Just because of cruel nature of human being, many species on the earth have come on the verge of extinction. It means वो सब species जो हैं वो ख़त्म होने की कगार पर आ चुके हैं. So it's our duty to protect them, and this chapter really gives us the same message. We should not harm these all the creatures just because for our selfish purpose. You know कि how the rhinoceros just killed for its own by the predators. How the animals are killed mercilessly just because of their skin. Story is more about the thoughtless crime of killing tigers and its punishment rather than the power of the destiny. It means when you will kill all these innocent animals, the destiny will definitely play a game with you and you will get the consequence of your action. It means if a man is mean and arrogant, definitely that will be the final consequence of his bad action. Let's move forward. I hope you are understanding. If we sum up, we can say that simply the story is giving a message to us. We should not kill innocent animals just because of our selfish purpose. We should protect them. It's our moral duty because they are the coexistence with us on this planet. Okay, they have also equal right to live here peacefully. Next thing is that is point to be remember. It means when we are going to read this story, these are the certain points that we definitely need to remember. It is a story with a moral lesson that we already discussed. This story gives us a very inspirational message. It narrates the story of the Maharaja of Pratibandhapuram. Underline the name of this place, Pratibandhapuram. So the protagonist of the story is a Maharaja who is the Maharaja of the state Pratibandhapuram in an ironical and satirical style. Ironical, it means that is something against our expedition. Okay. On the next page, we'll discuss about irony in detail. Satirical means here the writer criticizes on the willfulness of the person who used to be in power under the British rule, the killing of the innocent animals. Pride comes before a fall. It means घमंडी का सिर हमेशा नीचे होता है. And death is a great equalizer, and the person who is going to commit this sin, definitely he will receive only one consequence of his action, that is death. Man should learn to respect life and take care of all the creatures of the earth. Got it? It means we need to protect all the creatures on this planet. We have no right to harm them. So as we discussed on the previous page about the irony, we are having three kinds of irony in our literature. First is dramatic irony, that has been used in this lesson by the writer Kalki. Next is situational irony, and the third one is verbal irony. Here we'll discuss about the dramatic irony that is used in the story. What is dramatic irony? Irony that occurs when the meaning of the situation is understood by the audience but not by the characters in the literary work. It means when the readers know very well what has happened and what is going to happen in the story, but the protagonist does not know about it. Same thing will happen in the story. In the end of the story, the Tiger King feels that the hunter tiger has been killed by him, but actually he is alive. Okay? But he doesn't know the truth, but the reader knows it very well. For an example, throughout most of the Lion King, it's a movie, animation movie, Simba feels that he just keeps wandering around feeling guilty for his father's death. It means he feels that he is responsible for his father's death. But actually he is unaware of the reality, as the audience know it very well that Scar actually killed his father Mufasa. Okay, that is called dramatic irony. Dramatic irony. Next is situational irony, the opposite of what you think. Just imagine you are going to celebrate your birthday and you have given an order for such a huge cake. And the time comes, you have invited all your friends and relatives. Okay? When the delivery man was just going to deliver the cake for you, suddenly he slipped and the cake fell down on the ground. All your dream shattered there. Okay? You expected to cut the cake in the presence of your friends and relatives, but all your expectations fell wrong. That is called situational irony. And the third one is verbal irony. It means when you say something but the meaning is totally different. Okay? For an example, you're driving a car, suddenly you get an accident, okay, and your father just taps on your back and says, well done, you are a wonderful driver. It doesn't mean that you are a good driver. Here your father is just criticizing you and just pointing out that you does not know how to drive properly. Got it? So we are having three irony in our literature. First one is dramatic irony that has been used in this story. Second one is situational irony, and the third one is verbal irony. I hope you have understood and got the meaning of the irony. Let's move forward, my dear. So before we start the chapter, we would like to discuss the objective of the chapter. It's very important. It is completely wrong to read literature if you don't know what are the objectives of that chapter. Okay? Because every story is written by the writer keeping some objectives in his mind. Here we are also having some objectives For that the story was written. First one is to know the days of autocratic and eccentric. Listen this word. It is called eccentric. Eccentric means sanki insan. Okay, just crazy. King who dominated their subject but lived. Eccentric king means a crazy king who dominated their subjects but lived under the fear of the British. It means he was a king who felt himself so strong and brave, but actually he was just dominated by the British. He was ruling under the fear of the British. Second one, it means we are also discuss here कि how the king used to rule under the British and they were just the puppets in their hands. Second objective is here to know the conceit means arrogance of those in power. It means the kings and the maharajas in India before independence. They were so arrogant, they were so mean, they were so selfish. Okay, they just used to dominate their subjects, means praja. Okay. Third point is here to know the cruelty over innocent animals due to willfulness of the human beings. How the human beings just used to harm these innocent creatures for their own selfish purpose. To know the meaning of dramatic irony in the story that we already discussed. To aware students towards the need to protect wildlife, especially tiger that is at brink of extinction. It means वो खत्म होने वाले हैं. They are in few numbers. So all the countries have come together. They have come forward just to protect all these wild creatures. Many sanctuaries have been arranged by the countries. Last one is obviously to learn the notion means the idea live and let live. Killing for one's ego is a sin as every life is precious. As humans' life is very important, very precious, in the same manners innocent animals' life is also as equal as ours life. Got it? Now move forward. So here are some difficult words that have been used by the writer in the story. It's a glossary and these words are really, believe me, are very important for you because we receive at least 5 marks vocabulary in the examination, in the final examination of CBSE. Okay, so please focus over it, pay attention and try to understand the meaning all these words that have been used in the story. First one is here indomitable. Indomitable means the person who is indomitable, it is very difficult to defeat him, it's very difficult to persuade him for any action. It means he is like a stubborn, जिद्दी इंसान की तरह होता है वो. Abode means home. Just I say कि he has gone abode of God. Demise means death. Foretold, generally we use the for before any word. Okay, then it means prediction. Okay, predict means भविष्यवाणी करना. Transfixed means astonishment, means surprise. Stupefaction means state of being confused. When you are confused to see something, it is called stupefaction. Enunciate, say clearly. Squeaky, high pitched sound when someone speaks loud. Rife, widespread. Hindsight, foresight. Move forward. Some more words are here. Incoherent means in an unclear manner, means ambiguous, that is not clear. Wood means pledge, shapat. Carcass, it is called carcass. Listen carefully, it's not carcass, it is carcass, means dead body of animal. Okay, Dead body of human being is called corpse, that we studied in the first poem My Mother at 66. And remember, we are going to take the test of this chapter also. Deliberation means long argument, lambi behans. Harakari, it is a custom in Japan in which a crowd man is generally commit suicide. Brandishing means waving a weapon in an anger. Just suppose someone is holding a gun in his hand and is showing to someone. It means he is brandishing gun. Shuddering means trembling, kampna. Babble, talk in silly way as a child does when he is hesitating. Wary, it is called wary, means watchful, alert. Wantonly means cruelly. Flout, disregard. Shoved means push someone. Supplication, asking for something, means making request, making appeal. Bafflement, confusion. This word is very important, sliver. Listen carefully. What is happening with the student? Generally they take this word as silver. It's not silver, it's sliver. Okay, it's a rough surface over the wood. Okay, you can say no, generally it is found in bamboo. Pierce means penetrated, bhed dena. Okay, it will be used in the end of the story when one of the slivers pierce king's hand and the poison spreads in his body.